We're out of time for the main broadcast, but some stations carry this next part. So I want to go to a call right now before the main show ends. Please don't forget, we sold out of Super Male Vitality, credible herbs. You've heard about people's responses with it, the testimonials. The Super Female is just because we wanted a female variety because women wanted their own formula. It's the same stuff with one added ingredient that's great for men as well. This is what I take. I think it's better than Super Male. It's going to sell out as well. 30% off right now. Super Female Vitality, InfoWarsLife.com or 888-253-3139. You can find all the other great products at InfoWarsHealth.com. AD in Delaware, thanks for holding her on the air.
Hey, Alex. Thanks for having me on. I'll get right to my point. State of the Nation had a Putin-Snowden document dump regarding 9/11 and everything that's led up to what we're seeing right now. The 5 major nations were involved, which is United States.
Wait, I wasn't aware of this. When? I mean, WikiLeaks just put out stuff on 9/11?
Well, it's State of the Nation. It's a document dump from Putin and Snowden from September.
I'm not sure that's a real. I remember that. I'm not sure that was a real Snowden release, sir. Hold on. I want you to finish your thought. Hold on. Infowars.com/show. If you want to find the free video and audio feeds, tell folks about all the free apps. You're the ones that spread the word. You can stop them from censoring us. It's up to you. I'll tell you what's good news. Infowars.com. Jeb Bush booed at CPAC 2015. Grassroots Republicans tired of Bush dynasty, which only serves globalist interests, and should have played that video earlier. It's up on Infowars.com. AD, because I want to go to Scott and others real fast. Finish exactly what you're getting at.
What I'm getting at, folks, is that they've been moving Israel into the Middle East this whole time. ISIS is Mossad, MI6, mercenaries from all different countries. I don't believe the Christians that they're showing being there. A lot of the stuff, Alex, is false flag, disinformation to keep us in fear. It's rhetoric. Look, key players were paid $20 million apiece, okay, to run this garbage for the last...
Wait a minute. You don't believe that ISIS has armies of 7-foot men? You think it might be fake?
I think they're actually 11 feet tall, to tell you the truth. No,
I hear you. There's a real armies they have invading and taking over, but they are engaged in a lot of PR stuff. You can see it's just cartoonish. It's so crazy. Scott in Texas, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Yeah, Alex, wanted to run something past you and get your take, especially since Joel was on and trailed off his comments with whenever the Russians and Chinese attack as though it's a foregone conclusion. If they attack Iran, are the Iranians going to set off bombs in this country, and would that trigger anything international on our soil?
I think there's a good chance the Iranians would, or our government would do it and blame it on them.
So you think it could happen?
Man, the government is running around acting really weird, and they're digging in. They're acting really strange. Elites are moving to the middle of nowhere everywhere. They're planning on something big. I don't know if it's an economic collapse or a big war. I don't know. What do you think?
I would tend toward economics, but when these politicians go crazy, anything can happen.
Well, that's right. And throughout history, they usually end up going crazy. And so that's the problem. We're overdue for that.
We're insane. This is utter insanity what's going on.
Yeah, siding with Iran, and then backing al-Qaeda, but then bombing them, and then renaming them. And then, I mean, I'll be frank. I can't even figure out what's going on at this point. I appreciate your call, which is the globalist plan. And then they just use the crises to get more power. See, they don't care if there's chaos because they always come out on top. So it makes no sense to us because it doesn't make sense. Just like people can't figure out why Jeffrey Dahmer did what he did because you're not Jeffrey Dahmer. You're not going to figure out crazy. But these people are crazy like a fox. Damien in Pennsylvania, go ahead.
Mein Führer, I can walk. I'm calling in about the caller earlier who was talking about nuking Iran ASAP.
Of course it would be easy to survive and to create such a machine. All you would need is a giant complex of computers connected to a group of belly bombs. But why didn't you tell the world? It was to be announced at the next party conference. Mein Führer, we must not allow a mine shaft gap. Sorry.
I could take that 10-to-1 female ratio, though. That would be all right.
Of course, the females will have to be chosen for the stimulating qualities, for the duties of each male and the 10 females. I have to admit, you have a great idea there, Herr Doctor. I'm sorry, go ahead.
It's just that guy earlier who was talking about before, Skousen, who was talking about we need a nuke Iran ASAP. I can't believe people actually think like that. What does he think that's going to lead to? Why do people like that think that that's actually an option? It just blows me away.
Well, you're not saying Skousen said that. You're saying a caller did?
It was the caller before him. Yeah, he said we need to nuke Iran ASAP.
Of course, there will be a nostalgia of those who survive for those lost on the surface. We would be busy. Animals would have to be bred and slaughtered. Mein Führer, my president. We conducted a study with the Bland Corporation. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I imagine 90% of the people in Washington think like that, too.
Animals would have to be bred and slaughtered. We'll be back tomorrow, Lord willing. Nightly News tonight, 7 o'clock. Great job, crew. PrisonPlanet.tv.
Introducing the first proprietary oxygen-based intestinal cleanser, OxyPowder. Backed by real FDA-approved phase 1, 2, and 3 clinical trials. People are suffering from all kinds of digestive issues these days. All the toxins from the air, the food, the water, ultimately ends up in the gut or affects the gut. My main focus was to come up with a remedy for this, something that's safe and effective that anyone can take on a regular basis to keep their intestinal lining clean. My recommendation is to clean your intestines at least 2 to 3 times a week to prevent the toxic buildup from going into your bloodstream. Take your health into your own hands and start cleansing your body today with OxyPowder. Secure your OxyPowder today at InfoWarsLife.com. That's InfoWarsLife.com.